The QF 3.7-inch, 94mm caliber, anti-aircraft gun was developed by the United Kingdom in the 1920s and entered service shortly before World War II. It became the main large-caliber anti-aircraft gun of the United Kingdom during the war. Although it may not have the same fame as the German 88mm anti-aircraft gun, its performance and effectiveness were equally impressive. It should be noted that the United Kingdom's professional large-caliber anti-aircraft guns started early. Unlike other countries during World War I, which modified field and mountain guns into anti-aircraft guns, the United Kingdom began the development of the QF 3-inch, 76.2mm caliber, anti-aircraft gun. Although its prototype was originally a naval gun, after several improvements, it became an outstanding anti-aircraft gun during World War I. In the 1920s, the United Kingdom already had the idea of redeveloping large-caliber anti-aircraft guns. The Royal Air Force of the United Kingdom established the Anti-Aircraft Command in 1925, marking a major step forward in the construction of the UK's anti-aircraft forces. It was during this period that the British War Office also conducted some theoretical explorations of the specific performance of future anti-aircraft guns and reached some conclusions. For example, they believed that future new anti-aircraft guns would need to be equipped with new command instruments to facilitate unified command of multiple anti-aircraft guns simultaneously engaging high-altitude targets. Searchlights were also included in the system to facilitate nighttime operations. As for the artillery, it needed to not only adopt automation technology to increase the ammunition output capacity but also be equipped with time-fused HE ammunition to explode and disperse targets at high altitudes. In 1928, the new generation of large-caliber anti-aircraft guns in the United Kingdom was finally finalized, with a caliber of 3.7 inches. It was capable of launching 11 kilograms ammunition to a height of 8,500 meters. In the field of large-caliber anti-aircraft guns, the QF 3.7-inch gun was indeed one of the earliest members. However, due to economic issues, the development progress was delayed, and it did not enter service until 1936. The mass production of the QF 3.7-inch gun began in 1937, but the early production was still slow. Even when the Battle of Britain broke out, there were only 1140 guns produced, reflecting the slow pace of production progress. During the Battle of France, the British Expeditionary Force lost a large number of old QF 3-inch anti-aircraft guns. Facing the possibility of a German invasion, the UK mobilized efforts to produce weapons. The QF 3.7-inch gun became a key production project and continued to be produced until the end of World War II, with a total production of about 10,000 guns, averaging 228 guns per month. During the production period, the artillery continued to be modified, with a total of 6 improved models, and its performance continued to increase. The maximum effective range increased from the initial 7,200 meters to 14,000 meters, and the firing rate also improved. Like the German 88mm anti-aircraft gun, the QF 3.7-inch gun also had direct fire capability and was equally proficient in anti-tank operations. It could penetrate 114mm of steel armor at a distance of 940 meters. The QF 32-pound gun, an improved version based on it, was even sharper. When firing the British-designed pedal APDS ammunition, it could penetrate approximately 311mm of homogeneous steel armor at a distance of 100 meters. However, throughout World War II, the artillery was primarily used in anti-aircraft operations and became an important part of the British homeland defense starting in 1940. A small number were transported to the North African Theater in 1942, where they were used by soldiers to engage and destroy tanks in the early stages of the war. However, its biggest drawback was its bulkiness. The two-axle towing version, when equipped with a full set of equipment, weighed over 9 tons. Even when towed by a lightweight truck, it was difficult to move. The British Army had to use AEC heavy trucks to tow it. In addition to being equipped by the British Royal Artillery and other units, the QF 3.7-inch gun was also equipped by approximately 14 regiments of the Indian Army and 2 to 3 regiments of the Canadian Army. In 1944, a railway mobile version was designed for deployment on railroads, and there were considerations to use the chassis of the Ram tank for self-propelled anti-aircraft guns, but this plan was abandoned due to the strong recoil. Like other large-caliber anti-aircraft guns, the QF 3.7-inch gun declined after the end of World War II. The United Kingdom was once infatuated with larger-caliber anti-aircraft guns, but had to give them up as missile technology matured in the 1950s. After the war, countries like India retained a significant number of QF 3.7-inch guns and participated in some actual combat. According to Wikipedia, there are still a few in service in Nepal, most likely purchased as second-hand equipment.